What I'm about to tell you is the most important thing for you to realize when you are hiring a lawyer marketing company. So please listen carefully, because if you get this, you can save yourself a lot of money. Hey, this is Dustin Sanchez. You're watching DustinSanchezTV.com. Today, we're going to discuss FindLaw. Okay, we're going to do a review of FindLaw's marketing services, their SEO services, their lawyer lead generation services. So let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for visiting the channel. I'm Dustin Sanchez of Dustin Sanchez Media, LLC. I have my own lawyer marketing agency. I am a licensed lawyer in Texas. I quit practicing law circa 2013-ish because I was just making so much money helping lawyers market their business on the internet. My side project turned into a full-time gig. Anyway, been in this business since about 2013. Currently, notice I don't have my usual set behind me. I'm basically moving to a new office location, and behind me there's a bunch of moving boxes, and I've taken all my credentials and books off the wall, and it's just not pretty back there. So I have a black green screen behind me, and hopefully within the next 2 days the movers will be here. They'll move everything to the next office, and I can set up a new background for you. Let's get into FindLaw. This is a interesting topic for me because I do search engine optimization for attorneys. I run Facebook ads and YouTube campaigns for attorneys. I do blogging for attorneys. I have an entire digital marketing agency where I work with only lawyers with their online marketing. And so the bulk of my clients come from people who have hired these online directory sites like FindLaw or Avvo, and they're just no longer satisfied with the results they're getting from those companies, and so they come to me. A lot of my clients come from other marketing agencies who are popular in the space, like Scorpion. Okay, that's a big one. I get a lot of people from Scorpion who just are no longer happy. So I have a good knowledge of the inner workings of what FindLaw does to market attorneys, because when someone comes to me because they're leaving FindLaw, the first thing I do is analyze all of their previous marketing, from their website to their blog to their advertising campaigns, so I can see what FindLaw has done, so I can see what I need to fix. Okay. And I just hired a virtual assistant to first scour the internet. We just created a social media bot that would scour the internet and find lawyers talking about their experience with FindLaw. And I'm going to show you some of those. I put them all in a Google Doc here that I have titled Marketing Questions from the Internetwebs. Okay, why did my virtual assistant spell that incorrectly? I don't know, but that's what we're going with. Okay, so this one comes from Texas Lawyer Magazine. You can see here's the URL that it was found on. And it says Dallas litigator sues FindLaw over cookie cutter firm website. And Texas Lawyer Magazine on Facebook is reporting a Dallas attorney has lodged a fraud suit against the online legal marketing company FindLaw, alleging he was duped into thinking they would create a unique website for his new law firm, but instead provided one that was cookie cutter and unimaginable. So one more time, let me show you that URL, the web address where you can go read this article. Okay, it's right here, right at the top here. Just, if you're really interested in seeing this, copy that and go read it. Okay, but let me tell you why they're making cookie cutter websites. Okay, it's because here's the deal. Here's the thing you need to realize about online marketing for attorneys. Okay, let's imagine you are a divorce lawyer or you're a DWI attorney, any kind of lawyer on the low end. You're in a major city like Atlanta. Someone hires you to do their divorce. You're going to make at least $1,000 off of this case, right? Probably more, maybe 10,000. Let's say you're a DWI lawyer. Someone hires you to handle their DWI. You as an attorney are going to make at least $1,000 off of this case, okay? Now, if you're really good at business, maybe you make $10,000, $5,000 from every DWI case. I don't know, okay? Now, if I put you on the first page of the Google search results, let's just look at Houston divorce lawyer. Make the screen a bit bigger. And what you can see right here is 2,900 people a month go to Google and search for Houston divorce lawyer. Okay. What I'm about to tell you is the most important thing for you to realize when you are hiring a lawyer marketing company. So please listen carefully, because if you get this, you can save yourself a lot of money. If I put you on page one of Google for a search term like Houston divorce lawyer, and 2,900 people every month run that search, okay, and you're right here, number one for Houston divorce lawyer, or you're right here, number one in the Google Maps for Houston divorce lawyer, you're going to sign a good 20 clients a month, 40 clients a month. I mean, who knows? Okay, so let's imagine you sign 20 clients a month, right? And you're so bad at business that you are only able to make $1,000 profit from every divorce case you sign. What that means is whoever puts you on page one of Google for this search term is giving you $20,000 per month return on your investment. Okay. And that's on the extreme low end. And so what that means, okay, again, this is extremely important. What that means is that anybody who has this skill, anybody who has the skill of putting lawyers on page one of Google for a search term like Houston divorce lawyer, or Dallas DWI attorney, or Atlanta car accident lawyer, anybody who has that skill, who actually knows how to do that, is not sitting in a cubicle at an office. They don't have a boss. They're not an employee. They don't wake up every morning, sit in traffic, go to work, and make $15 an hour. Okay. Nobody who knows how to give you $20,000 to $40,000 a month, every month, return on your investment is working for anybody else. There's someone like me sitting in their home office, leisurely making a crap ton of money every month. Okay. And so the reason I'm telling you that is because, let's make this big again. I'm not trying to brag. What I'm telling you is that, let's make this big real quick. Okay, you see here, it says this Dallas attorney said that his new website was cookie cutter and unimaginative. It's because a giant marketing company like FindLaw cannot afford to hire someone like me. Anybody who actually knows how to do this isn't going to sit in a cubicle for $20 an hour, okay? Because lawyers are paying me $3,000 a month every month to put them on page one of Google, and they don't mind paying that much because I'm giving them $40,000 a month return on their investment. So the bottom line is these lawyer marketing companies can't afford to hire people who are imaginative, who actually know how to design a website that brings your law firm clients. That's why these particular companies are getting sued for making cookie cutter websites. Because if you actually know how to give lawyers return on your investment, you're not working for a company like FindLaw or any other lawyer marketing company. You're running your own thing, living in control of your own destiny because you have this extremely lucrative skill. Okay. that whole everything I just said sounds like I'm bragging, like I have some kind of giant hit. If you take that on board, you realize the power of what I just said, it's going to help you in hiring a lawyer marketing company. That's the most important thing I've said in any video I've ever made. And if you realize it, it'll kind of reveal the truth of lawyer marketing to you. Okay, let's carry on. So the first one is called FindLaw Good or Bad. And this is a review from an actual attorney. They're in some kind of an online forum for lawyers. And around August, they asked, FindLaw for website marketing, good or bad? And the first comment says, expensive and overrating. There are much better services out there. The next comment, hey, I wasn't impressed. The next comment, I just sued them for breach of contract in Minnesota. So this must have been a Minnesota lawyer group somewhere. They have not mastered the art of marketing. Do not do it. Okay. So that's the first one. I'm just going to give my commentary on some of these reviews. This first one is just a bad review they got. I'm not going to talk about it, but I am going to show you the next one, a good review that they got. Okay. Just to try to be fair here. And this one, my virtual assistant titled FindLaw Decent Success. Okay. It's from a lawyer's group. The admin of the group is saying, hey, discuss your experiences with FindLaw here. 13 people chimed in. Let's see what the virtual assistant found. The first person, I have had decent success with the top spots of small nearby counties. So what FindLaw does is they're just a giant directory website, an online directory. Okay. And now if you're in, say, the city of Dallas, it's a giant city. FindLaw's directory might not rank at the top of the Google search results for something like Dallas divorce lawyer. Okay. But if you're in a small county like, I don't know, Collin County, Alabama, if that even exists, FindLaw is going to rank in those smaller counties because it's just lower competition. And that's what this person is saying. They've had decent success because they live in a small county and FindLaw has been able to send them some clients, apparently. Another person says, hey, it's been a great experience so far. And the third comment says, I've had FindLaw 2 years ago. I had a website with them. It was about $1,500 a month, tons of calls, but 99% were just with no money. Okay, so those are the first two reviews. Not going to comment on either of the first two. Just wanted to show a good one and a bad one because we didn't find very many good ones, and this was the way I could balance it out. So let's see what the VA finds next. She says, FindLaw top. Okay, I guess she meant to put top spot, no leads. This is from a lawyer forum in August. They're asking, anyone ever sued Thomson Reuters, which is FindLaw's parent company, apparently, regarding their services for website management? I've had it with these people. Okay, so the first comment says, I had a year left on my agreement and stopped paying because they weren't doing anything to boost my site like they promised. Okay, so another comment says, I looked into earlier this year suing them in Minnesota. So obviously the virtual assistant was on some kind of Minnesota forum. And this lawyer says they wanted to sue them in Minnesota, but Minnesota doesn't have a good Deceptive Trade Practices Act, DTPA. So apparently, if you use FindLaw in Minnesota, just keep in mind that state doesn't have a favorable DTPA. Okay, here's the next comment. And that comment is saying, I have a top spot on bankruptcy searches with FindLaw and have been disappointed in the number of leads they produce. So if you go to FindLaw, that online directory has several different branches. There's a branch for criminal attorneys. There's a branch for immigration. There's a branch for bankruptcy. So basically, if you do a search for something like Alabama bankruptcy lawyer, perhaps the FindLaw webpage for bankruptcy lawyer directories will show up. And so this person was paying for a top spot on that directory listing, and they were disappointed in the number of leads. Okay. Okay, my virtual assistant found this one. She titled it FindLaw Run Fast. Okay, it's from a lawyer's forum. And the person is asking, does anyone have strong opinions about FindLaw? They've been doing my website, and it is a cluster, to say the least. Okay, and then the first comment says, word of mouth from my people has been abysmal. The next comment says, run. Someone inside of that comment says, no, run really fast. Another person says, run. Another person says, FindLaw is the worst advertising ever. Another person says, huge waste of money. Okay. Conflict of interest is what my virtual assistant titled this one, from a lawyer discussion group. Does anyone use FindLaw or Super Lawyers web hosting? This person says, I do not recommend. They do some SEO, but I compete against their own clients in the same area. Okay, and that's the major problem with hiring any attorney firm, any attorney marketing company to do your search engine optimization. You know, if you go to, let's open up Google and let's just do a Google search for something like Houston divorce lawyer. Okay. There are only 3 spaces here. You got Longworth, Larson, and Busby. There are only 3 spaces in the Google Maps for attorneys to rank. And there are only 10 spaces, 10 positions in the organic listings for a lawyer to map. And so if you hire an attorney marketing firm or somebody like FindLaw to do your marketing in any major city, they can only take, there's only 10 spaces. And so what if FindLaw is charging 10 lawyers to put all 10 of your competitors above you? Is there some kind of conflict of interest there? So I always tell attorneys who are hiring me, one question you should ask me or anyone that does your search engine optimization is how many lawyers who practice my practice area, like if you're a DWI lawyer, how many DWI lawyers do you help in my city? Am I paying you to compete against my own competitors, basically? Because there's only 10 positions on the first page of Google. And that is exactly what this person was saying. Okay. Now here, right below that kind of comment, you have something that says, hey, I was really impressed. So some people are happy with FindLaw, some people are not. Okay, next one, virtual assistant found. I think this one comes from Twitter. It says FindLaw major disappointment. Okay, and my virtual assistant really has to work on her spelling. Okay, it says, looks like somebody just tweeted, FindLaw has been majorly disappointing to us in both customer service and a huge disparity between the services we were promised and what we received. Okay, which is common on the internet. Most of the reviews you get from anybody are just going to be negative. So you have to take all of these with a grain of salt. Okay. In a couple minutes, I'll show you what I think you really need. What's the best bang for your dollar? What's the most efficient way to do your online marketing? I'm going to show you that in a second. But keep in mind, as we're reading these tweets and these reviews, people who go on the internet don't generally say positive things. I don't know why it is like that. That's how it is. So you have to take all of these reviews with a grain of salt. Okay, this one is called FindLaw expensive for results. Okay, I guess the tweet says, if you used FindLaw, what was your experience? This person said, too expensive for what you get. This other person says, didn't do well with it. Okay, so you get the point. There's a lot of poor reviews. Let's see what else okay, this person says, hard to see the benefit. It's hard to see the benefit of what we were paying for. This person's complaining about free consultations. All I got was advertising, free consultations. Okay, but look, this person says, I had real issues. I got suckered into signing a year-long contract. That's another thing. Never sign a contract. Okay. The reason lawyer marketing companies lock you into a contract is so they can give you zero return on your investment and you can't leave until your contract's up. And when they have contracts that lock you into a paying contract, as soon as they sign you, now they're worried about going to get the next person because they know they got you on the hook for the next year. You're going to pay them regardless, whether they give you any return on your investment at all. So instead of these lawyer marketing companies full of people who know how to put lawyers on page one of Google, which is what I do, you have lawyer marketing companies full of people who know how to sell marketing services to unsuspecting lawyers. Okay. My contract says either one of us can cancel this contract with 30 days notice. Okay. You do not want to be locked into a contract. You're giving them permission to give you zero return on your investment. So no matter who you hire, make sure that you are not locked into a contract. Okay. Let's see the next one. Okay. It's just a bunch of negative reviews. Okay. So let's go back to Google. Let me make this screen, reset it. Okay. Let's just go to Google and I'm going to show you how people use the internet so you can get an understanding of why I don't believe FindLaw is a great option. I don't believe any of these online directory sites are a good option for you. Okay. Let's imagine I'm in Houston and I just got a DWI a few days ago, and imagine that I need to hire an attorney. So I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to search Houston DWI lawyer, hit enter. These are paid advertisements. These are Google local service ads, or you might also call them Google screened ads. Okay. A small portion of the clicks come from right here. If someone does click right here, you just paid $339 for that click. Okay. And then they might click that and all they're doing is trying to get some information. So you paid $339 for a free consultation. This is a Google pay-per-click ad. A certain amount of the clicks come from right here. Okay, these are the Google Maps ads. You see Butler, Martinez, and Benavides. 70% of the clicks on this page come from right here. This comes from Google Maps SEO, Google Maps search engine optimization. Okay, not FindLaw, not any directory. 70% of the clicks come from whether or not your search engine optimization expert was able to put you right here. The remainder of the clicks on this page come from the organic listings, whether your SEO agent was able to put you in the organic listings, and the ads here. Okay. So knowing that, now do we see FindLaw here in this list? I don't see. Okay, super lawyers. FindLaw is, I believe, associated with super lawyers. So assuming the person looking for an attorney passed up these advertisements, this advertisement, assuming unlike 70% of the other people here, they did not click in the Google Maps ad and they kept scrolling and they passed up this first law firm, this second law firm, this third law firm, and then they got the super lawyers. Okay, let's imagine they click on super lawyers. So very small percentage of people are even going to click here, but imagine they do click here. Okay. And then FindLaw owns super lawyers, I believe. And now this person, Schneider, is paying to be here. So some small number of people clicked through to FindLaw, and now you're competing with all these people on FindLaw. These are paid advertisements here. Okay, then these are some of the people who are kind of in the organic listings of FindLaw. So do you see all the things that have to happen for them to even get to the FindLaw website, the directory website, whatever, let's forget it's FindLaw, whatever directory website you use, do you see everything that has to happen for them to even get to that website, right? They have to pass up these ads. They have to pass up this ad. They have to not be one of the 70% of people who are going to click right here. They have to pass up all the other law firms and then find the FindLaw or whatever directory listing it may be. When they get to that directory listing, they have to pass up all the other people who are competing against you for a spot right here, and then find you in the listing somewhere. Okay, here's Eric Benavides. This is a free listing on FindLaw. Okay, this person's not paying to be here. This is a free listing. These are the paid, but that name rings a bell because we saw Benavides in the Google Maps. Let's go back. Yeah, here's Benavides Law Group. Let's see if that's the same. Okay, and this URL says ericbenavides.com/Houston DWI attorney. So isn't it better to just hire someone who knows what they're doing to put you right here where this Benavides person is, one of the 3 people in the Google Maps, which gets 70% of the clicks? Wouldn't you rather do that than pay FindLaw to be in their directory? This is why I think you see so many negative reviews, because of this phenomenon right here. Okay. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that. Do your own research. Do your own research. Okay. And also, all of these reviews that my virtual assistant found online, you have to realize very few people go to the internet and ever leave a positive review. So you got to take any of those negative reviews with a grain of salt. You just can't put a ton of credit into any negative review that you see on the internet, because almost the only time people ever leave reviews on the internet is when they have a bad experience. In the same vein, you really can't give much credit to any positive review on the internet, because not almost all, but a significant number of reviews that are positive on the internet, people are just paying a search engine optimization expert to go get them positive reviews. I guess what you can believe the most is your own experience, or maybe a friend or a colleague who has used some other person before. Okay, let's talk about me, who I am. I'm Dustin Sanchez, DustinSanchezLLC.com. This is my YouTube channel. If you want to learn more about me, you can just do a Google search for Dustin Sanchez Media. I'll do that right now. And I'll show you what comes up. This is my website, DustinSanchezTV.com. Dustin Sanchez Media LLC, marketing that doesn't suck. You can find me on Facebook. But the best thing for you to do would just be go to my YouTube channel. Also, if you want to know my story, how I went from practicing attorney to lawyer marketing expert, you can watch this video. It's at DustinSanchezTV.com/contact. Just kind of tells you my whole story, how I got into this, and then how I help attorneys. Finally, if you want to try to do some lawyer marketing on your own, you're one of those DIY type of people, right here over my face, I will put my free lawyer marketing DIY course. It's called Lawyer Marketing Secrets. It's all about what's working now in lawyer marketing. It's completely free. You can download that at DustinSanchezTV.com/now. Until then, I want to say peace out.